All right, everybody, I went out and bought a bunch of stuff. I'm going to make this into a better extension cord. And this one has a little light on it that when you plug it in to show it has power. I'm cutting that off because I'm tired of using cords and you have to plug something into it and you have to unplug that and plug something else into it if you're using multiple tools. And I got irritated with that. So I'm going to show you how to make a better extension cord. And I got this one. This one was what, $20, I think. And it's a all-weather one. And I've got a 16 gauge. I don't like anything too thick because when it gets cold, it's really hard to flex the darn things and you wrap them up. This is probably as long as I'll go. I'll probably put this on a cord reel too. So let me get started and I'll show you a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to cut that off, get me some lineman. If you don't know what lineman pliers are, these are lineman pliers. You can, if you want to use it on something else, you can. Just cut that darn thing right off. And now I want to strip this wire so much down. You need about that much. And that much. There you go. Tighten those up. It might be a little long. I don't know. We'll see. Put this over here. Now, went out and got this box. The ones I had before, you got to break these off because this ain't gonna work. Oh, I see what those are. I see what these are. These are going to act like as nuts. Okay, so anyways, you get this, and you want a box that's like this. That's a stud there. That's for the ground, and like it's nice how it's raised up like that. And this is a drawn box. This is not welded and cut it, so when you drag it across the floor, it ain't gonna hurt anything. So you get yourself blocks like this, and I'm gonna have to break these off. Just grab onto them, save those. They're all the same size. So I do sell them with, like they're in a package and they have nuts and with the screws, and I was like, they didn't have them. I was like, mad. And you need one of these big wire connectors, a big wire connector. These are, I don't know what size, 18/8. Now, I went and got a GFCI outlet. I think it was like $20, you know, whatever. And you have to look at this on the back. This is line in. That's line in. That's what you want to come from the extension cord. And then the line out goes out to the other box. And these two are going to go together right like that. And I went and got this. This is a better one. You can get a cheaper plastic one, but they don't have that metal back on that. You want to get one with the metal back. So, and always remember, black goes to gold. Black and gold. I just remember the Pixar Steelers. That's all. That's how I remember the power. That's the power for it. And I need to punch this middle one out. There's 3 different sizes, or 2 different sizes. This one will punch right out. You could take a pair of needle nose pliers, and I want to do the middle one. And there you go. Now you got a hole. Now you got to get a connector to fit in there. They make connectors that will fit up in there. It's like a spring that comes out, but I'm not going to go through the trouble of that. I'll probably get one later on, but hold on. Let me get one. All right. I got the box. I put one of these connectors on here so when you tighten it up, it'll hold. They make other ones for it. Well, anyways, I stripped the wires. And now I'm going to have to put these 2 in here. And I hope those work. I think those will work on this, so that's fine. Let's take these doohickeys out of here for now, because they won't be in the way later. Alright. You know what kind of screwdriver that is? That's a minus. The other one's a plus, right? Or a Phillips is the plus. And this one, I think I think they call them a Robinsons. You say, give me a Robinson screwdriver. You're like, what are you talking about, you idiot? Anyways, okay. Now these got the clamps. Load, it means, says load on it. That means going out. Line means coming in. So let me loosen this up. And they have clamps already built in to this darn dilly darn thing. And they're loosened up. Let me get a different screwdriver. I don't like that one. Okay. All right. The black goes on the gold, so it goes underneath to the side, and you can put it right in there. That might be a little long. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little long. Let me cut that off. That's just a tad bit too long. There we go. Put it on the line. And then it's behind the clamp. Tighten that up. Okay. And then the neutral wire, as they call it, will go on this side. Right down in there. That's a little long. I could probably bend that in half and put it in there, huh? Okay, that works too. Make sure it's seated all the way in. And now the ground, I want to show you, I have to get some extra wire. I have a ton of it. Alright, I got this. I'm going to put a little hook on this darn thing, like this. Now I got to get a screw to screw down into that. Alright, I got myself a screw. It's a ground screw, but as a matter of fact, it's actually made for it. I'm going to put this around that screw. And tighten that down. You can buy ground screws separate. Ugh. There we go. That's nice and tight. Yeah, I got to stop that. It'll stop here in a minute. Anyway, it's getting blood everywhere. Okay. Now I got to make a jumpers come from here to go over to this one. So when I put it down in there, and this got to get a ground off of that. So go out and get yourself a scrap piece of wire, because it has all the parts I need in it. Get a piece, probably, because you're only going to go from this to this in the box, so you don't need it very, very big at all. Just a couple inches is all you need. If you roll it, there you go. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut it off, because I got to cut all the way through the darn thing. Oh, that's a thick wire. Oh. Good Lord. I gotta go put something on my. Alright. Now that I got that done, pull those out. Strip this off. bit more. This is pretty thick. It's a lot thicker than the cord itself. So I'm going to twist them a little bit. And put one on this side. Is it? All right. And then this one on this side. The reason you use a GFCI outlet is if you're outside and it, you know, if water or something just so happens to get in there, if it's sprinkling, it'll automatically cut power and you won't get electrocuted. So it'll trip the breaker inside it. They're pretty expensive. Some of them are pretty darn expensive. So my gold on this side, am I going to reach it? Yeah. Okay, I need another, a couple more ground. I need a ground from this and this. So, where is my ground wire? I just had it. All right. Put a hook on it. Oh, okay. I see. It doesn't have that hook. Alright, take your screwdriver. You could put a little hook on that, but I ain't putting a hook on that darn thing. I'm just going to put it right up underneath that clamp. Clamp this down. There we go. And then cut this off. I don't need very long part of it. Just to go to the box. And then this one's going to have a hook. So you get your needle nose pliers, put a little hook on that bird. Put it on there, like so. Tighten it down. And when you make the hook, make it the direction you're cranking the screw in there. Because if you have it go the other way, you go to twist it, it twists off. Same with all other wires too. It's the same thing. There we go. That's nice and tight. That ain't gonna go anywhere. And of course, I want them to go the same direction. So I don't want the ground to be up on top and the other one be on the bottom. It looks stupid. Okay. That'll be long enough. Okay, now take all the grounds and put them together. Yeah. I want to make sure they're all the same size. Ground. We're going to have 4 of them in this sucker. So let me hook this one up first. Let me cut a little bit of this off. Give me the black. Goes to here. Come on. And tighten that bird down. Then the gold, or the white. It doesn't matter which side it's on. It's opened right now, so I'll use it. I'll put it up in there. There we go. If you have 12-2 wire laying around, it'll work just as well. It's the solid wire. This is braided, but still, for a jumper, it'll work. It'll work really well. Okay, now I'm going to get all my grounds together the same size. All right. Cut them all off. And I want to tape these together for right now. That's why I got this big, the wire nuts. They're a lot bigger. See, the hole compared to a regular wire nut. I'll show you. See, you're not going to get all those freaking wires in this little bugger. And also, if don't buy that cheap black electrical tape, go out and buy some very good stuff. This, they make it in different colors. They make it blue, yellow, red. I'm just going to cut off a piece here. And this will hold them together. Some people might think, oh, that's overkill. Well, it'll hold them together while I get that nut. Kind of pull it tight. It'll still get a connection. Put that sucker on there. They also make a liquid tape too. Let me show you. Let me show you what some liquid tape looks like. Oh my goodness. I don't have it in here. Yeah, I do. Anyways, then I'm going to put some tape around that to hold it. It just so it won't fall off. And that black tape, you get that black tape stuff, that stuff, it's horrible. If it gets hot, it starts coming apart. Like in the summertime. And it gets everything, all your tools sticky, the glue from it, it's just like a pain in the neck. Okay. Now that we got all this, I'm gonna pull down. Ah, my ground came out. How did that come out? I gotta undo it. I'll undo it and we'll get back right to it. Dang it! I had it in there. All right, I got the ground back up in there. Jeez. What a goof. I see a lot of this, like when I can tell in my house when I'm working on something, if I see something electrical, I can tell when an electrician did it. Because they'll have wire nuts all taped up and everything. Okay, now that that's all set, I'm going to pull this back down. I know it's tight in here. Pack it all down in here, nice and neat. All right. And then these are going to be in the way. You see, when you go to put this cover on, these ears, those are specifically made to be broken off if they are. That's why they got them little score lines. You can just snap those right off. You don't need them. So I think all of them are going to be not used. I'll just get them all off of there so they're out of the way. Even though the ones that took off the box, the cover, I'm going to need that. Let's just... Come on. Come on, man. There we go. Okay. Now, a little stiff in here. And try to pack it down in that darn thing as good as you can. All right. Those might be in the way. Those little tabs right here, these little buggers right there, those might be in the way, but I doubt it. Let's take these screws out. They got little plastic things on the other side to keep them in place. Come on. Oh, that's a pain in the neck. I could just pull it through, huh? There's one. There's two. 3. There's 4. All right, now you get your cover, and you're going to put it up on there, but you have to put the bolts and the screws and the nuts, I mean. Ugh, come on. I know you're... Yeah, these little tabs are on there. I have to take those off, I guess. They won't fit on there. Jeez. Now it fits, see? And you got your hole. You take your screw, you put it through here, and supposedly this is the same size that you took off the tabs, the ear things there. Sometimes they make them, they come with the box. It's like a lock washer almost. Okay, don't tighten it up all the way, not yet. You want to get them lined up first. And take another one of them hickey doos. Yeah. And I don't like working with electricity. It's pretty scary. I'll tell you a story. I was at work and we had these lines that ran down the length of the warehouse, and the lines were about as thick as my pinky, and they went 220 feet, 4 lines, 220 feet, and what they used them for was, years ago, the company before us, they actually went another 240 feet in the back warehouse. They used to hook their welders up to it, and that's what I was told. And my boss went up, he says, take those down and strip it, and we're going to turn the copper in. I took it down, and when I went up there to test it, you could buy a tester like this. You could plug it into a thing. This will let you know if there's power going through the thing, if it lights up. You can put it up to a plug, and it'll tell if there has power. Well, I put this up to it, and it was like blink, 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 blink. It was slow blinking, and I was like, "Is there?" He said there's no power going to it. Well, I took the bolt cutters and I cut the dang thing anyways, and there was no power. Okay, that's just it. I don't like electricity. Like this little stuff like this, that's fine, but you start getting into like 220 or something, I don't like that. Come on, you're supposed to fit in there. Is that sticker in the way? The barcode sticker looks like it's in the way. Come on. It's supposed to fit. It's made for this darn thing. Come on. There we go. It's going. Just have to finagle a little. And put this in on this side. And do some tightening, maybe. If I can find the hole. Got it. Nope. Yeah, I did. It'll pull it up tight, but don't go all the way tight with it. Get the other one down here. And just hold it on the other side until you get it started. There you go. Because it drives me crazy on, when you got a cord, you only have one plug on the darn thing, and I mean, you could use a plug strip, but then you got to have that thing tagging around. This isn't tightening up. That tip is messed up on that. It doesn't get very tight. Okay, now you can tighten them up. And being flat, they'll actually hit up against the side. They won't spin like a nut would. So that, get that as tight as you can. Get this one here. And tighten her up. Oh, he did take it in. He took it in. He gave me a couple $100. I told him, I said I didn't want any. I was just having fun stripping this stuff and cutting it up. Come on. All right, now you line up the box and you had your other screws. There they are. That would be nice if they had 4 tabs on each side, but they don't. Hey, 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 come on, man. Come on, man. Who do I sound like? Ah! I cannot hold on to small things. Because if you look years ago, one of my first videos I posted up was I cut the tip of my thumb off on a table saw and I went to the hospital. Now, they x-rayed it and everything. And if I knew that was all they were going to do, is shoot it up, stitch it up, bandage it up, and send me on my way, I wouldn't have went. You know, you can see it's a little shorter, I guess, this one. It took the tip of the bone off. I learned. I didn't want to use table saws for a while after that, but I had to. And I would have just went home. I wouldn't have went to the dang hospital. I would have just bandaged it up itself, because the tip of it didn't end up dying off anyways. That was sewn on. They stitched it on. And it was just like, what the heck? So, that's why I don't like flathead screwdrivers, because they slip off the screw head a lot. And then that one, it's camming out. Camming out means it's twisting off. It's because it's too small for the screw head, I think. Tighten that up as tight as you can get it. Come on. Now you want to tighten this up around this so you don't, you know, wiggle loose and everything. Clamp that down as far as you can get it. You don't want that pulling. You don't want that even wiggling. You want that as tight as you can get that bird. There we go. It's crimped in there. Now you're all done. Now all you have to do, what I want to do is, I got to show you another thing. I don't like these plugs. They're kind of weak, you know. So, get rid of that too, and I'll show you how to put this on. It's more heavy duty. Duty. He said duty. Well, I can throw that away anyway. I have to wait. Oh, they got one in there. That's what it was. Okay, that comes out. So open that up enough for the cord to get through, to go through. Okay, put it through here, out through there. Now you want to splice off, not too much of it, probably about, you don't want it sticking out the back, so right about down to here, right about down to there. I'm going to do that again. It's not, I'm not cutting the other wires in there. I'm just rolling it across, just getting through that first layer of insulation. There you go. Now, about that much. And oh, I can't get it. There we go. Twist them. I like to twist them because when you go to push them into something, it'll fray out. You know what I mean? And if you remember, which one does the black go to? The white or the gold? The gold. It's that side. So you tighten that up. Tight as you can get her. And then the white is your neutral. I can get it down in the darn thing. No, I don't want that. There. Get it down in that clamp. Tighten that up. Come on now. All right, and then your green goes to the green. Put it down in there. All of this probably, the cord was what, 20 bucks. The box was probably 3 or 4. This was probably 3 or 4. The outlet was 2 something, maybe 3 bucks. The GFCI outlet was probably $17, I think. And this plug hickey-doo thingamajigger, whatchamacallit, was probably 3 something. So they go in a certain way. You got to look. There it is. There's a tab. Where the heck did you go? Okay. There's a flat spot up. No, there it is. There's a flat spot right there. It goes on to this part. So all the holes line up. And you just tighten up these screws. And they're pretty fast screws to tighten up in. They go right in real quick. And that holds that together. Alright, and then you want to tighten this up. Let me use this screwdriver. Ow! You stab your hands. You idiot. Let me tighten this side up a little bit. Get out of here. This one will probably do more damage, more pointy. Good Lord, man. All right. That's as tight as that sucker's going to get. Now, that ain't going to pull out of there. So now, let me get something to plug into this bad boy and show you that it works. All right, I'll plug it into the outlet over here. And you plug it in this outlet here. Oh, my bulb burned out. Oh. Reset. Now, there you go. I had to reset it. There's a little power button. And you could test it. It automatically kick it if water or something gets in there. And you turn it back on. And there you go. An awesome extension cord now, huh? That sucker will last a long darn time. You won't have to worry about, you know, oh, I gotta unplug it, I gotta plug it, and you gotta worry about it getting electrocuted. So, there you go. Thanks for watching.